Hey guys, so I'm going to be reacting to a movie. I guess in lieu of Dune, which I don't know if I'll do a reaction to that, but in the meantime, I am going to be doing a reaction to the obvious knockoff of Dune, Planet Dune. Because as you all know, when it comes, when a blockbuster comes out, there are always a slew of knockoffs trying to profit off that blockbuster. They are always, filmed within a few months, and, the budget is literally jack shit. Literally so terrible, effects and acting, so. But it's always so fun to watch them. So I thought I'd just go ahead and do reaction to Planet Dune. And just, something I want to mention. If you notice, my reactions tend to be very sporadic or unusual with the kind of content. It's mostly just because I go through these periods where I'm interested in a subject, and so I'll accumulate a lot of movies about a certain subject. For example, really terrible, shitty movies I just want to laugh at, or obviously I'll have a spout where I want to watch superhero movies, and then more classic, respected movies. So if you're ever wondering why I choose what I do, it's just because it depends on what I'm interested in at that moment. Doesn't mean I always still won't react if you make suggestions, but it just really depends. So I thought I'd just mention that. Other than that, I don't know anybody in this movie. I know it's supposed to be like about people that get trapped on Planet Dune and they have to survive this giant worm. So let's get started. Of course, it's by the asylum. Generic, just screenshots of the universe. You couldn't feel that at all.
Come in, base!
God, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of those creatures from King Kong, those, those worms that would have like the mouth that came out and like, fucking put, its entire mouth over the guy's head and ripped it off or whatever.
How much longer is this babysitting gonna last?
Well, as long as you have problems following commands.
You just know that
Yes,
she's so
Captain,
excited to
but
be
surely
on
you
this
have better
movie.
uses for pilot training. Why'd you have to be Russian?
So she just leave him there? So he was like trapped by a bunch of cables that you could literally just float it over, and she cuts him, and suddenly, he survives, I guess. Because she sure as fuck didn't end up grabbing him.
Not fighter pilots. And as a rescue flight division...
Why does her facial expressions remind me so much of Mama from Mama's Family? It's so distracting.
Go, Astrid. Lieutenant. Oh, that's how it's gonna be? Okay. Lieutenant. Gears all stowed and crews buckled up.
I must
Crew prep for liftoff.
admit, I do like this chick.
Don't worry. We know what we're doing. Lieutenant Young.
She has, a very fun personality, I guess. Obviously, giving it her all.
The LiDAR's faulty. We were having troubles with it on the last run, too. Someone didn't fix it, Rebecca.
You know I haven't had a chance to.
Rebecca, it's nobody's fault. All right? We were 3 degrees.
Why are they wearing bulletproof vests, but the lieutenant isn't?
Your fault.
You better check yourself, civilian. We got a long road to walk together.
The need to try to create conflict between these two characters, so obvious yet cringy. How was she able to sneak alcohol onto the ship? Wouldn't you think they need maybe like test for that, or search baggage or something?
Yeah, since when has Space Force been right about anything?
Caught your ass, didn't they?
Kind of now worried that the, ponytail chick is gonna die in the movie, and she's already my favorite character, so if she dies, I'm gonna be so mad.
We gotta be ready for anything. So stick close, work fast.
You got it, boss.
IMC-5, this is Malvi 1, your rescue.
Do they even have any weapons? All I see is bulletproof vest, and that's about it.
Oh, shit. You guys, we can't stay here. Okay, you ready? Wait, look. No. We gotta go back out the way we came.
How's it able to slither on the ground like that? Does it have like a snake, able to move along the ground using the skills and the muscles?
Look, we can't stay here. We gotta get to my tug. Can you travel?
No, we can't. They're too fast.
Whoa, hang on. Hang on, there's more than one worm?
4 that I've seen.
More than one worm. What made you think there's only one? If there's one, then there had to be something that gave birth to it, so there'd probably be more than one. Logically.
Wow. That burns like
Rocket fuel? Yeah, it's actual moonshine.
It's funny because I supposedly had moonshine. I got it at the store, and I wasn't really that impressed by it. Then again, I have no doubt that real moonshine from the 40s, 50s, I don't know when that, what was it called? Prohibition. I can't remember when that was popular, but I have no doubt there probably wasn't very many regulations on the amount of alcohol, so that shit was probably potent.
We can't stay here. Okay, we're running out of water and the air's getting thinner. Marilyn, we gotta go.
You can either die from dehydration or possibly get eaten by a worm. Honestly, I'd rather be eaten by the worm because dehydration sounds like a nightmare.
The worm is in the ship. Repeat, worm is in the ship.
Once again,
I can't shut it off.
I know, Rebecca.
how is it propelling itself along at such a high speed, I guess? At least Tremors, despite being from the 90s, explained how it was able to propel itself along using what is it, those hooks on the side of their, on the bodies that propelled them through the dirt. But this is just like, yes, I'm the kind of person who likes realism to the movie, explanation for why something happened, even if it's something fantastical. Why are you acting like you're just imagining things? I'm sorry. Of course.
Same captain that sent you to this death planet.
She didn't know. Neither do you.
So, did they not investigate the planet so much so that they didn't realize there were giant worms that would come after you? I'm assuming if you made any noise at all. Unless, of course, it's going to reveal they actually knew the whole time.
Danger detail, Astrid. You requested it. Your job is to get the freighter. If I didn't think you could do it, I wouldn't have sent you.
Honestly.
The freighter! Ma'am, you were not gonna get a freighter!
Of all the, worm-eating movies, this ranks at the bottom. Tremors, it's always up there for me. I love Tremors. Then it's Dune. Then it's this. Then there's Mongolian worms. I think that's just what it's called. And I have a soft spot because it has Victoria Pratt in it and she's sexy as fuck. And then there's sand worms or sand serpents. I barely remember shit about that, but this still, I have the feeling it ranks at the bottom, as of yet. Of all the worm-eating movies I've seen.
Oxygen levels are down. CO2 is up. We need to try to get to the freighter on our own. It's closer than the tug.
I can't do anything with this bum leg.
Here.
You know what? I continually, every time I see some of these movies, I've always wondered, how much do these actors make to act in these movies? And then I get the suspicion it's still probably more than I make, in a year. Which is kind of depressing as fuck, to be honest. Do you know what I would do if I had to act in B movies? I would, pander as fuck to the lesbians. Because, my God, lesbians, they're loyal as fuck. So you get them on their side, you get them on your side, and man, they'll follow you anywhere. So if I ever were to become an actor, I'd make sure to start only, I'll make sure to only, play lesbian or female parts.
I got an idea. Hey! Over here!
It's coming! It's coming!
Are they gonna try to... Oh, they're really trying to worm ride this shit. It wouldn't be a Dune ripoff without trying to worm ride these worms.
Harley, the only way we're gonna get back to the freighter is if the worm takes us. I can control it with the hook.
What's to stop them from going back underground? At least, in the Dune, it's implied that he's kind of Messiah or whatever. I'm still waiting for the second movie, of course, to determine full, you know, how they're able to control these things. But anyways, nice they have test tubes in there. God, they look so stupid. What the fuck? Why did they use like plastic and then they light it like at the fuse? Why didn't they just use like, you know, create a chemical compound that will cause an explosion?
Pilot Young, this is Major Hawkins. Glad to hear there are survivors from the freighter.
So suddenly everything's fine and well, despite the fact that Captain Chase went AWOL.
I'm pleased to inform you you're being reinstated to rescue team. We're happy to have you back.
The cosmonaut. I thought I was in trouble.
Quite the opposite. Vasily Petrikov isn't just any Russian.
Really?
He's a national hero who
Didn't know that when you refused to save him. Now you realize he's what? Useful or a good guy. It's not because he's actually a human being, it's because he was an important person, I guess you could say. So that was the end. The main actress that played Astrid, as I learned like 10 minutes from the end, she reminds me so much of Vicki Lawrence from Mama's Family. It was so fucking distracting. I like Captain Chase. She kind of, the actress played her in a way that's like, I really don't give a flying fuck. And either Reed, I think it starts with an R, I can't remember her name. She has the ponytail. I actually did like her. And I'm glad she ended up surviving. The story itself was boring as fuck. Obviously, I mean, I love Tremors, but it had a great story, a lot of suspense, and it was just a well-written story. This was just boring as fuck. I do like that the characters, a lot more characters were likable. Not perfect, but just still more interesting than some of the other Asylum movies I've seen, where I just fucking want the characters to be eaten. The effects, of course, it's a silent movie. I think that's explanation enough for the effects. Although there are some aspects, I'm wondering if either writer or director was a fan of Tremors, because there are some aspects in the whole, there are 4 creatures, kind of some of the effects reminded me of a creature from Tremors, as well as the way they defeated them, with them, bombs and all that. Although, to be honest, they honestly look like test tubes with condoms on them. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. I mean, yeah. If you, delude yourself enough, you can think that this might be like, what if one of these, what is it, the spice trade, the spice, what the fuck are they called? The machine that, separate the spice from the sand, or whatever the fuck you call it. What if they got stuck on Dune and had to try to survive the worms? You mean if you delude yourself enough, or this could be like a fan fiction of that or something like that. So yeah, it wasn't a very good movie. but it's not the worst movie I've seen. So yeah, if you've seen this movie, I don't know who has, but if you have any thoughts, give it down in the comments below. And yeah, you guys have a nice night. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.